right, we're live streaming. And I'm going to go ahead and record this as well. All right. I'll just watch for people to join us, and I'll also have it up on Facebook just to make sure that if there are any additional questions that are being posed on our site, that we can answer those accordingly. So we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for being here with us today and spending a little time to learn about a new grant opportunity in the city of Erlanger. Erlanger is committed to economic development and community development within our city. We are one of the few cities in Northern Kentucky to offer grants and incentives to support reinvestment and growth within our community. We are also one of the few cities in Northern Kentucky to have a full-time economic development director. Emmy Randall, the city's economic development director, is with me today, and I'm going to turn it over to her to give you an outline of the city's new incentive to demolish abandoned and blighted properties. Emmy?
Thank you, Mayor Fetty, and good morning, everyone. The city is very excited to roll out this new opportunity. I'm going to go over some of the basics of the program, and then we'll have a little bit of time later on for some questions and discussion about it. So this program is for any property owners in the city that wish to demolish structures for the purposes of redevelopment. Any structures that are proposed should be considered abandoned or blighted and disrepair, or structures that have otherwise kind of passed their useful life. So to be eligible, the project must accomplish one of the following. It has to increase future tax revenue or job creation. It has to decrease blight or increase property values. This opportunity will provide a reimbursement of up to $10,000 or 10% of the redeveloped property value, whichever is less. So it's capped at that $10,000 mark. Both residential and commercial properties are eligible for the program. And at this time, the city has allotted a certain budget amount for projects within this program. So the grants will be offered on a first come, first served basis until that budget has been exhausted. There's also no restriction at this time that would prohibit a single person or a single entity or company from requesting multiple grants. And there's also no restriction on time frame for receiving multiple grants. So we hope this will be a great opportunity to stimulate some redevelopment within some of our older commercial areas and older neighborhoods. I'm going to turn it back over to Mayor Fetty. She's going to talk about some of the types of projects that were envisioned for the city for this program.
Thanks, Emmy. So let's talk first about commercial redevelopment. So Erlanger's largest and most notable commercial redevelopment is Showcase Cinema property, which is now home to the Erlanger Commerce Center, which has Amazon, Perfetti Van Mail, Coca-Cola Bottling Company, as well as Novalex. We're very proud of this project. However, today we'd like to highlight a few smaller projects that might be examples of candidates for this grant opportunity. So Erlanger's fortunate enough to have seen some redevelopment in our commercial areas along Dixie Highway. I'd like to provide a couple of examples that would have been eligible for this program. The first example, as you can see on your screen, of a commercial redevelopment is at the corner of Dixie Highway and Commonwealth Avenue. Some of you are probably remembering the two small strip centers previously on the site. One housed a number of small retailers, including Wirt Music and Snappy Tomato Pizza. The other strip center was anchored by Ameristop. These older commercial buildings were underparked and had begun to show some age. These properties were purchased and developed in 2016 into a modern CVS store. The redeveloped larger site provides ample parking and reduced the number of curb cuts along a busy intersection from 5 curb cuts to 2, helping reduce vehicular congestion. A little further north on Dixie, we've had 2 fairly recent single commercial buildings that were redeveloped. One was the former Long John Silver's building at 3163 Dixie, which was demolished to build the Tim Hortons building. Now, although Tim Hortons is no longer in operation, that building transitioned perfectly into the current Dunkin' Donuts location. Another is across Dixie at 3100 Dixie. This site housed the old Burger King building and was demolished in 2016 to build the current new Chipotle. So we hope to see more of these types of projects in the future, and this grant opportunity will help make building demo and reconstruction more financially feasible for investors. Now, in addition to commercial redevelopment, this grant is also available for residential projects. Although we have not yet experienced many tear down and new build residential, many of our neighboring communities have. Some of our older neighborhoods in Erlanger are ripe for redevelopment opportunities. Our neighborhoods have great access to the highway system, as well as close to shipping and the job hubs at CVG. Within Erlanger, we've had a few residential developments I'd like to highlight. On Cowie Avenue, 2 blighted properties at 3410 and 3409 were purchased by Habitat for Humanity. They demolished these structures and built 2 beautiful new modern homes on these properties. A similar project took place at the corner of Division and Woodward. The dilapidated structure on the lot at 433 Division was demolished, and Housing Opportunities of Northern Kentucky constructed a new single-family home on this site. These projects have been very successful and help to stimulate reinvestment on these streets. Take a look at a few examples and images of neighborhood residential infill development outside of Erlanger. I'd like to highlight a few projects in the city of Park Hills that were completed by Trouth Homes. 911 Terrace Drive was a small single-story home that did not meet the standards of today's home buyers. At the height of the market, this home was valued at $130,000. This home was demolished and the site was rebuilt with a modern 2-story home valued at $332,000. We have another project example just around the corner from Terrace at 1005 Altavia Avenue. This previous home was in disrepair and valued at $110,000. This structure was demolished to make way for a beautiful new modern home valued at $435,000. So these are just a few examples. There are other builders and agencies doing similar great projects. We'd love to see some exciting new residential infill projects in the city. And this grant opportunity will make those projects more financially feasible in Erlanger. Emmy?
Thank you, Mayor Fetty. Hopefully this gives everybody some ideas about the types of projects that might be eligible for this opportunity. While I've got everyone here this morning, I wanted to highlight a couple of other programs. This is not the only program that we have in Erlanger. We do have 2 other programs available for businesses. We have the Small Business Grant and Incentive, which is offered to businesses that have a payroll of less than $750,000. This program provides a 50% reimbursement up to $5,000 for any building improvements to an existing building that's operating a business. So this is a great opportunity for our small businesses in Erlanger that may want to give a building a facelift. We've had a lot of success with this program with some of our businesses in and around Dixie Highway. So if you have any questions or have an interest in this program, please feel free to reach out to me. Now, for our larger businesses, we offer the EDGE incentive. This is for businesses that have a payroll of more than $750,000. This is for businesses that wish to locate within Erlanger, or for any existing businesses that wish to expand within the city. Those businesses expanding have to make a capital investment of a minimum of $500,000 to be eligible for the program. The program is a reimbursement of 1/3 of Erlanger's occupational license fee. So that occupational license fee is 1.5% of payroll. So that is a reimbursement that these businesses can be eligible for up to 10 years for a time frame. So again, feel free to reach out to me on any of these programs. I would be happy to answer any questions that you have. At this time, we would really like to open up the webinar for any questions that you might have. We'd like to know if you see this demo grant as an opportunity that you might be able to take advantage of. And we would just like to hear your feedback on this program.
Emmy, we have 3 individuals on the call with us, and then there are quite a few that are watching via Facebook or YouTube. At this time, I don't see any questions on Facebook, but any of the 3 of you that are on with us, if you have any kind of feedback, we're open for it.
I don't have any feedback other than I think it's great what you guys are doing. I think the projects that you showed us on the slides were, it's impressive how, it's helped bring new businesses to the area. So I think it's great. I don't know that we have land mostly available in Circleport, so I don't know that we'll be able to take advantage of it. But I appreciate the information and you doing this this video.
Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate it. All right. So if we don't have any other questions or comments, Emmy, you want to go ahead and close it out?
Yeah, thank you everybody for being with us this morning. Feel free to reach out to me. My number is 727-7995, or you can reach me at emmy.randall@cityofErlanger.com. And be sure to check out our city website for all the details on these programs. Thank you and have a great morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.